What is up, Rap Potential YouTube, and welcome to a hot Saturday morning at the Rad Ranch, and it is steamy. So, what are we going to be working on today? Well, we are going to be fixing this Weber. Ideally, I ordered more than I think I need worth of jets, so I have more options to try. Now, the quick rundown on the setup: full Bridgeport 12A, Weber 50mm DCOE, and it has a Star Racing like single wraparound style manifold, just like that. It has a Racing Beat split header to a custom Y pipe to a straight pipe to like a little 5-inch bullet muffler, and that is it. And this car is loud. So also no filters until I get it tuned and start driving it more. I'll put filters on it. So don't hate me for not having filters on my Weber. But we're going to go ahead and I got some jets. So where do we leave off? The last time we were working on this car, we switched to a F9 .65 idle jet. So the F9 is the emulsifier number and the 65 is the orifice size for the fuel. So they don't really make anything bigger in the F9 for fuel. So, and how the Weber works with the emulsification stuff is basically the F9 is the air bleed size and the 65 is the fuel size. And if you up the fuel and keep the same air bleed, you have more fuel, right? If you up the air bleed but keep the same fuel, you have more air. So there's a difference in like just volumetrics and how it works. But basically you can like move up and down the same thing. So if I ever jump out of the camera, I got some like wasps flying around. I knocked all their nests down. So I mean, if someone knocked my house over, I'd be pretty mad too. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, so what did I get to try to remedy this? I picked up a set of F8.80 and a set of F8.65s. So basically, my thoughts were, we're going to change the emulsifier air bleed size, keep the same jet size, see what happens. Then, if we still need more fuel, we'll change the jet size to a bigger one. Now, I also got a set of .90 or 090 accelerator pump nozzles. Now, I have 70s in there right now. There was a guy that commented and said that he changed out his accelerator pump squirter things to bigger ones, and that fixed basically the same issue that I had. So I ordered just a bunch of stuff to try to fix it. So we're going to try this one at a time, and you guys are going to come along. We'll see how it differs. I do have a wide bend in the car, so you'll be able to actually see what's going on. And then I will draw up a little like how a Weber works, or at least my interpretation of it, so that you can kind of get an idea for like what jetting changes or carburetor changes you should make per like what your car is doing. So let's go ahead and start swapping parts. These brand new idle jet holders, being super tight, requires me to go into the shop to the vise every time I need to pull an idle jet out. So this might take 7 minutes versus 2. Alright guys, cold start. Full Bridgeport 12A Weber. See how she does. Isn't bad, huh? Alright, well, we'll let this thing warm up. Alright guys, so the 65 F8s are not the answer. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead, put the 65 F9s back in, and then I'm going to jam that 90 accelerator pump jet in here and see what happens. If there was a smell feature on the internet, it smells pretty good. We're gonna get a backfire? Nope. Sometimes it'll go boom about 30 seconds after you shut it off. It's really fun in parking lots. Alright, next jet change. Oh, we got a little steam coming out. Oh, I guess we're just cooking some spider webs off of it. No big deal. Alrighty. Whoa, that was a moth, not a wasp. Alright, so this is your accelerator pump squirter. This is the 90 unit. Those are the 70 units. And they go under these little flat blade screw caps right there. I'll put some text on it because there's a lot of stuff going on, but you can see the open screw. Right there's one. There's one. So let's get this slapped on, fire this thing back up. See what she does. They are directional. If you see the flat spot here, that faces towards the intake on your carburetor. And then they slide right down in there pretty easy. Put these little caps back on. Now let's test it. I already did swap back to the 65 F9 idle jet. And then plus the bigger squirters here. So let's see what we get when we fire this up. All right. Cleaner. Still bogs though. Notice, much richer at idle. Still has that hesitation. So basically what I'm doing is I'm pushing the throttle pedal at a constant rate, and then it bogs, and then it catches back up to where my foot is. I don't know, we're gonna go take it on a drive like this and see what it does. Just because I want to see what it does under load. Because my Repu, even with that big DeLordo on there, I mean, if you just stab the throttle, it's gonna bog. You kind of got to roll into it, or like work the RPMs up. So we'll see what's up. I may try to find, I know Pegasus had an 80 F9, a bigger one, so I may try to find that, but because if you imagine we're idling at 2200, right? It doesn't really like to idle any lower than that. But we're right in the meat of where that idle jet's working. Even though the blades are kind of close, it is sucking a lot of fuel. So we'll see. It's like that initial tip in. And maybe it needs more fuel on the big end too, we'll see. Alright guys, we are making it down the, oh, there's that little bog, but it drives through it. So I'm thinking one notch up on the idle jet and we ought to be good. That accelerator pump jet helped this thing a ton. And dang, this thing rips! Also, the new neighbors are moving in. The house sold next to me, so I'm sorry. Right there's that little stumble. We're right in it. Oh yeah, baby. Sounds awesome. This is what this car is needed. I'll do a little second gear rip for you up here past the church. There so I think that idle jet ought to help it. Alright, let's wake everybody up. All second gear. Thing sounds good. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. There's just that little bog, but then it tips back into its throttle, which is awesome. Man, all the neighbors are not enthused with how loud this car is. That chick was just giving her baby a little walk in their stroller. Sorry. Little they know I'm gonna turn around up here and come back to my house. This is like almost I could drive it into town level of driving right here. Alright, let's turn around. Listen to that second gear tire squeal. How about that? Apologize for having you guys sitting on the seat, but it's kind of hard to film and drive when you don't have a lot of camera mounts. So, this thing sounds good. Alright, well, we're headed back up the driveway here in a second. There's some bikers on the road I gotta go slow for. Man, I think it's just gotta be an idle jet. That one idle jet getting that transition a little better. Because as soon as it breaks into throttle, I'm running 13.5 on the AFRs. And it sounds, I mean, it's ripping up top. So, I don't know. One of my neighbors talked to the guy at the gas station, told me to come stop in and say hi. Now, I don't know exactly if it's one of these people walking around, but I did get a thumbs up from a dude, so hopefully that's cool. Feel it like stutter right there? That's that spot I gotta fix up, and it's lean right there. It's like, that's like 15.0. And then if I'm like higher in the RPMs when it stutters, it's at like 18.0. So I think that's idle jet. I don't know. I'm gonna order another one and we'll try to fix it. But I do like this accelerator pump. That helped it transition out of that better when you stab it. But I'm talking like cruising throttle. Here you go. If you can focus on that with all my shake cam. Coolant temps are looking good though. Oil temps are looking good and oil pressure's looking good. So we'll do one more little short lap here. Really wake up all the neighbors. And then we're gonna wash the cars and try to stay out of this super crazy hot heat because it's hot. But this thing sounds nice. Had to turn the idle back down a little bit. I didn't like where it was creeping up to like 2,500 now that it's warm. So I gave it like an 1/8 of a turn, dropped it right back down to $2,000. So that's good. I may play with the idle mixture screws a little bit, even though I have them pretty much like as rich as they can go right now, or like where it likes it at the best. Maybe we'll play with that and see if that helps out. But time to cruise back up, let the car cool off, let me cool off, and wash some cars. See if the camera don't fall over for a couple pulls. Maybe if I put you all like back here. Let's try that. So, listen to this thing. Oh yeah, I guess I don't have a license plate on it either. The license plate's on the race car, because that car is street legal and registered. I say it's street legal, it's just not registered. This car is actually registered, but they're the same. I just painted it yellow recently. Give me a boom. Dang it! My big idle jet, or my lean idle jet's tuned out my backfires. Alright, so what did we do? We changed the accelerator pump jet bigger, and we kept the idle jet the same, but it was bigger than it was initially previously from the half bridge. So I think I tried that F8 to reduce the airflow, but that did not help. I may try, just whenever I fire it up this next time, I may just slap that F8 80 in and see what that does. It may not be of any benefit, but we'll try it. And then I think the ticket is going to be to order an F9 80, which is the biggest one I can get, and I think only Pegasus is who I saw that sold it. I got this stuff from like Carburetor Incorporated or someplace, another carb website that had the bigger accelerator pump jet, because Pegasus Racing Supply did not have that. So if you know any cool Weber part websites where I can get parts for these things, jets, weird stuff, let me know, because I mean that's got a Delorto, which is basically a Weber. That's got my Weber on it, and then I'd like to have another Weber around here, but it's hard to find them. So if I can talk Charles out of one of his maybe someday for the Cosmo or something. But in the end though, I really only need 3 of them. Well, 2 of them, because the Delorto is coming off the repo when it goes fuel injection and stuff, and then the Cosmo will get the Delorto. So no big deal. We don't need another Weber. But that's the Mouse silver car. I'm gonna wash it, and we'll see what else we can get into this weekend. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the shake cam falling over camera sound clips that I generated for you, and that the wind noise was not too awful. But thanks for watching. Keep it rad, and I apologize to all of my neighbors who are enjoying this Saturday afternoon outside.